All right, so on a blank page in your notebook, and it's probably going to be out of focus for a little bit, go ahead and title this Mitosis Notes. And today's date, I think we're doing this 3.
Please excuse the interruption. Please send the baseball and softball teams to the gym. Again, that is the baseball and softball teams to the gym. Thank you.
Okay, cool. And I'm too lazy to start over, so we're just going to keep going. So mitosis notes, there's 4 stages. So if you recall that the cell cycle has 3 main stages, interphase, mitosis, and then cytokinesis. For these notes, we're strictly looking at mitosis since there's 4 different stages to it. So the first stage is going to be prophase. Prophase is numero uno for the part of, oh God, lost it, of mitosis. Be nice if this thing just stayed in focus, but it's prophase, hopefully it stays focused, is the first, sweet Lord in heaven above, and longest phase. Next part is going to be, it is where chromatin bundles up. So chromatin is just DNA. Bundles up or kind of condenses. A lot of times you're going to see the word condense, but so I'll put bundles / condenses to form chromosomes. In the nucleus. Remember those organelles. So during prophase, it's the first and longest phase. However, interphase is actually the longest phase of the cell cycle. But in terms of just mitosis, prophase is going to be the first and the longest phase. Excuse me, another fact is going to be each chromosome. So we have our chromatin or DNA that is now condensed or bundled up to form a chromosome. It consists of a pair of sister, it's a female references, the daughter cells, sister chromatids. Notice how we're saying lots of chromatin, chromosomes. Now we're going to be writing chromatids. So a pair being 2 of sister chromatids joined by a centromere. Another one of our vocab words. That's an ERE. And here's going to be a wonderful picture. Our little safety scissors. Maybe I should get a different color for this. Right here would be the centromere. And then these 2 would be the sister chromatids. I did that very poorly, so maybe you want to start off, but each one of these is the sister chromatid. So here's 1 and 2. The next one is going to be, so number 3, the nucleolus. Remember that little smaller part of the nucleus where the chromatin and DNA is found? So the nucleolus, if you remember, the nucleolus is the smaller part. So if you were to see a picture of a nucleus, it's circular, and then there's a smaller circle inside of it, that's the nucleolus. So the nucleolus is going to disappear, and cells stop making ribosomes. The ribosomes are the little protein factories. They stop making ribosomes. Another thing that's going to happen during this entire prophase is that meiotic spindles, sometimes they're called spindle fibers, meiotic spindles form. If you remember on the Amoeba Sisters video, the meiotic spindles were those kind of almost like lines that are going to eventually pull the chromosomes apart. I'm just going to readjust real quick. So the meiotic spindles form, and that's those little creatures, little guys, are going to start tugging, pulling, however you want to say it, start tugging chromosomes to, oh, I forgot to switch colors. Oh. Switching, or start tugging chromosomes toward center of cell. Oh, might as well just do a different color. Oh wait, we're on to a different one. All right, so they're going to start pulling towards the center of the cell. They're not at the center of the cell yet, however, they are certainly on their way. Next phase, so we've talked about prophase of mitosis. Next one's going to be metaphase. Meta means middle. Oh man, I just literally wrote middle. Oh, brain. Don't write that. This one should say metaphase, Miss Penny. Oh, this is going to mess up the whiteout. Okay, I'm just going to put it over here. Metaphase. Underneath that, we have A, which is going to be the second phase. Second phase of mitosis, not overall. The second phase of the cell cycle would be prophase. Then we're going to do number 1 under here. It is where the chromosomes are pulled by those little spindle fibers, or meiotic spindles, are pulled to the center / middle. Okay, meta means middle. Middle of the cell. Okay, they're all lined up in the middle of the cell. They're about to have a party. Woohoo! Actually, they're about to be ripped apart, but that's okay. Let's see. Next one is going to be number 3. Where are we at? Anaphase. Anaphase. Color do I want to use? This is going to be obviously the third phase. So third phase of mitosis, fourth phase of the cell cycle altogether, if you kind of want to think of it like that. So the sister chromatids, those kind of legs. So if we're looking at the chromatids, chromosome I should say, each one of these is a sister chromatid. So here is 1, and here's 2. So these sister chromatids are literally going to pull apart. So you kind of have one top and one bottom, one top and one bottom. Right? So the sister chromatids separate, and each chromatid now a daughter. Interesting to see why they keep using female connotations for these. So daughter, sister, yada yada yada. I don't know. And the second one is going to be that the spindles, so those meiotic spindles, the spindles begin to shorten and the effect of that is that it's going to pull the daughter chromatids towards opposite ends or poles towards, probably not right cursive, opposite ends / poles of the cell. So our little sister chromatids, they are now separated. Let's see if I can draw this. So they're being pulled one way, while the other sister chromatid is going to be pulled that way. That arrow is awful. There we go. All right. So one sister chromatid is going to one end of the cell, other chromatid is going to the other part of the cell. So they're going to opposite ends. Okay. And that's pretty much where anaphase ends. And the party begins. Woo. All right, next one is going to be telophase. Telophase. What color? Such decisions to make. All right, this is the final stage of mitosis. Now, this is not the final stage of, what's that called? Oh, yeah, the cell cycle. All right, so this is the final stage of mitosis. The final stage of cell cycle is going to be cytokinesis, which you already did notes on the 27th. So, number one, the chromatids. Nice, what is that thing from? Who knows? Oh, gosh, that one awkward. Chromatids move to opposite sides. Ooh, can I get this all in one line? Oh, yes, of the cell. Okay, so now they're kind of officially, they were moving there, but now at telophase, they're at there. Jacob Quist just interrupted me. All right, sorry for that interruption. So the chromatids have moved to the opposite sides of the cell. Two is that two new nuclei are formed. Okay, so now it has those chromatins, the DNA. It's going to be on each end. So now two nuclei are going to form one at each end. So nuclei is just plural for nucleus. All right, so one on each side of the cell. Ran out of room. Womp womp. There's really not too much more. Two new nuclei on each side of the cell. Where am I at? Three. Three down here. Two new daughter cells are formed, and my B's and R's look pretty similar. Where am I at? Formed. By a new double membrane which allows for the cytoplasm, remember all that fun goo inside a cell, that allows for the cell, or excuse me, for the cytoplasm to divide and separate. So that double membrane is simply the same thing that is a regular cell membrane, but now it's just forming in between. So it's allowing for the cytoplasm to officially divide, and two cells are just about to be formed. Oh my gosh, we're almost there. And after this goes to cytokinesis. That is the last stage of the cell cycle, not included in mitosis, but that is where we will end. Woohoo. All right.